Hallelujah, hallelujah. The Son of Man came to serve and to give his life as a ransom for many. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. The Lord be with you. A reading from the Holy Gospel according to St. Luke. An argument arose among the disciples about which of them was the greatest. Jesus realized the intention of their hearts and took a child and placed it by his side and said to them, "Whoever receives this child in my name receives me, and whoever receives me receives the one who sent me. For the one who is least among all of you is the one who is the greatest." Then John said in reply, "Master, we saw someone casting out demons in your name, and we tried to prevent him because he does not follow in our company." Jesus said to him, "Do not prevent him, for whoever is not against you is for you." The Gospel of the Lord. Did you ever have the experience of saying something to someone that you thought was clear and direct, and then in the next breath they say something and you say, "They didn't get that at all"? That's exactly what you heard in the gospel this morning. There's an argument that takes place about who's the greatest, who's going to get the job done the best. And so Jesus brings a child into their midst and uses a concrete example of what is most attractive to God: littleness. And children of that time were not held in any kind of esteem or regard. So littleness and nothingness is what is attractive to God. Now, concrete examples usually are pretty darn clear. And so what happens in the next breath? John opens his big trap and just it comes right out with it again. And you can almost imagine Jesus shaking his head and saying, "Oy vey, what am I going to do?" But in reality, okay, that's what we all struggle with, and the Lord knows it. And so what we see in the first reading is that God is saying, "I'm going to restore this great nation of Israel. Remember, they're dispersed. I'm going to gather them from the land of the rising sun and the land of the setting sun." Everywhere they've been dispersed because now they've been dispossessed of the land. And I'm going to make a great nation of them. And they think it's an impossibility. And God says, "There's nothing impossible for me." And how does he do it? How does God do it? With one little word. It's how it begins. One little word. And the word is fiat. One little word from that woman right there. This is how God begins to restore this great nation. You see, the church is the new Jerusalem. The church is the new Jerusalem. You know, one of the things, I kind of point to all the time is this huge church, this huge 900-seat church. And in a certain sense, that the times that we're living right now is almost the same as the big dispersion. They're everywhere, but here. And you think to yourself, how did we get here? And how are we ever going to get back to what God is promising? What is impossible for us is never impossible for the Lord. But it always begins with one little word. Fiat, my fiat, and yours.